let's talk about close quarter tactics once I get the gun. Come here. So when I get to here, the guy is charging me. He's charging me. I'm going to use my forearm. Notice where the gun is. Now he's reaching for it. I want to keep this back. Now I'm going to thrust and hit him with this. Thrust and hit him. Angles 1 and 2. 5 thrust. And use this to clear. So I go, bong, bong. Well, I have to clear it. So first thing is, if I did this and the round goes off, once I do this, does the gun work?
No, you kept the slide from working, actually.
No. Because if I'm doing this and he pulls the trigger, the slide doesn't move and the shell doesn't come out. You don't have, when I get this, I don't have a working gun. So until I clear it, then I don't have a gun to fire. So if I know it discharged, once I get to here, all I have is a cold weapon. So I'm going to strike, get him back, then clear it, get up, then give commands. All right, then I'm going to put rounds in his body because I cleared it and made sure it works. Again, this is a civilian gun and it's a mugger. It might not work. So when I get the gun, I like to clear it, I like to check it, and then tell him what to do. Because if it's not working, and I have heard of this happening, where a guy does a disarm, starts telling him to get down, the guy's charging him and laughing. He's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? He's like, there's no bullets in the gun. The guy mugged him without bullets. So if I'm doing this, I need to know my gun's working. So I'm going to clear it, check it, motherfucker, get down. Right? I'm not going to act like it's a working gun till I know it's working. All right. So this one. Go and drop your gun. Just drop it. All right. When I get to here, remember when you're doing disarms, to hold it like that, right? When I get to this, if he's charging me, when I'm in close, I've got my thrust, I've got my slash, I get back, I clear it, I check it. This is called, you know, they say tap and rack it. Well, I rack it, then I pull the clip out and check. We like to call this little box the workspace. So I don't check the gun like this. Let me grab this toy gun where I can actually kind of do what I'm talking about. So once I get the gun, I want to clear the chamber, and then I'm going to check the slide. Now, this, I don't know, these toy bullets are all over the place. Yeah. Hopefully we can find those for you. I'm sorry, dude. All right, so I'm going to clear it. Then I'm going to check my slide, but I want to keep it in this box. So I'm going to look at him. I like to use my finger to kind of put it back in, and then I'm like, get down, boom. Right? As soon as I get the gun, come here. And I don't want to put pressure on you. Remember to hold it like that. Boom, I get to this. It discharged, there's a bullet somewhere. I've got to clear it. Right? If he's charging, boom, boom, get him back. Now I want to make sure I have a working gun. I make sure I do that looking at him. I don't do this where I'm looking down and I want to see him, and then like once I get my clip in, boom. Right? So once you get the gun and it discharged, right? The gun discharged, I get the gun. The way that we pinch it comes from Israeli tactics. I'm going to pinch and I'm going to punch and point it out. Now, if I was firing, I would go into this position and fire. But since I just got a gun, I mean, I can try to do that. But since I got a gun from a civilian, I want to clear. I want to make sure I actually have bullets in it. No bullets. Well, this ain't going well. Fuck. You know. The other thing is, you never take a gun and do this. Because the chances are that if he gets a hold of this gun, where's the barrel pointing? So when we hit with a gun, it's this way, right? Clear the gun. In case I did this and he grabs the gun, right? So every time I hit with the gun, I'm doing this, clearing the gun every time when I'm using it as a cold weapon. And I went off camera. Let's go with a different gun. But when I do this, if he's grabbing the gun, I clear, and I keep going. till he stops, clear the weapon, make sure it works, get out. Right? But if I'm in a situation that I have to fight with my weapon, bam, I'm going to just keep fighting and cycling until I get that opportunity to clear, check, go. Bang. Yeah. All right. Let's work that as a drill now. So when he comes here, this will be the last thing. Once we get to here, we disarm. He's coming in. I grab this side and make a bar this way so that I can control this shoulder, that shoulder. I don't do this because he just has an arm bar on me. I don't do this because he can pop into me. I want to have control this way, and then I'm going to clear with my stabs, slash, slash, thrust, clear, and I'm going to cycle my thrust, clear, slashes until he backs up. So let's work that. Let me see the gun. Pinch here.
Yeah.
And rack that way, like I pinch it. There is another one where you use the back of your shoe, but I can pinch. I can also pinch, if I have an injury, I can pinch, pull out the clip, change the clip, boom. But, so if I have an injury, I can go this way, and I can pull out the clip, put a new clip in, or I can use this to pinch and rack it, right, if I happen to have an injury and I can't do that. There is the one where you use your heel, but